Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I hope you have enjoyed the last video. For those who haven't watched my previous video, I would just like to give you a quick review that in the last video we have learned how we can create a menu bar like this. We have created a menu bar like this using HTML and CSS, and how we can give different styling to this menu bar using by referring our CSS that we have already defined. We have just referred it here. Okay. So, and one more thing that we discussed in the last lesson, that we are trying to make a web page like this, right? But here, if you can just have a look, these are not just word, these are links. When I'm clicking on some link, I'm getting redirected to some another location of the same page. This is known as internal link, right? So now in today's video, we are going to learn how we can create internal links for our web page. Right now, this is not a link, this is just a word, okay? Because when I'm clicking on it, nothing is happening. Now we are going to learn how we can make these simple words as links. Okay, so let us start. So in order to create an internal link, first of all, I'm going to define the sections of every particular word that we have defined in our menu bar, right? We are going to use again one div tag. Now div tag is a tag in which we can define multiple more tags. This is a kind of encapsulation, right, where I can define more than one tag, right? So inside this tag, I'm just going to write down a styling of the div tag. So let's just say I'm going to give the border that is 1 pixel. Okay, px is your pixel, right? And let's say we are going to give the color that is solid black. You can give color of your choice, right? And we are also going to give the height attribute. Okay, so you'll just have a look what it will give me. Px is again your pixel, and we are going to terminate it with the help of semicolon. And inside this div tag, I'm just going to write one p tag. P tag is a paragraph tag. It allows me to write down a paragraph kind of thing in it. So right now I'm not going to write any paragraph. I'll just write a line. This is my home div, right? So we are going to save it, and now we are going to run this. When I run this, you will see there is one particular section for home div, right? So similarly, I'll define one more section for the other divs. So I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm just going to make color different so that we can understand, right, what is the different section. And let's just give the another word to it. Let's just say it's about, right? It's about div. Okay, then save it and just run it. So when you run it, you will see there is one more div. Scroll bar has come. That means we have moved beyond the limit of the page, right? So one more thing that I would like to do here is, let's say we are going to define one more div. That is just in order to show how divs are working, right? So let's say I'm taking blue color. Okay, you can take color of your choice, and here we are going to write publication, right? Save this and now run this. When I run this, see, you will see three different sections. One is in publication div, one is about div, one is home div. Now right now these are not hyperlinks. We haven't done anything to make them as links or hyperlinks. Right now we have just made the sections so that when I click on this particular word, it will redirect me to that particular section. Okay. So now we are going to work on the fact that how we are going to convert these simple words to the links, right? So let's just do that. So now we are going to make this home word as a home link. Right now, again, let's just have a look. Right now, when I'm hovering my mouse onto this word, this is not a link, right? Now we are going to make this as a link, right? So for that, we are going to use a tag which is known as anchor tag, ahref. Href stands for hyperlink reference. In anchor tag, we are going to give the hyperlink reference. Now, since we are on the same page, we are not moving to some another page. We are on the same page. So we are going to write down hash. Hash means it will look for the same page. It's not going anywhere else. Okay, it will look for this particular ID at this particular page only. Okay, after that I'm going to close it using anchor tag, because anchor is a pair tag. Again, since it is pair tag, so we need to close it, right? Okay, so that's it. I have applied word wrap feature, so it's like li is connected to this particular part only. Now I have given hash home, this is my ID, so I need to define ID here also wherever I want to define it, right? So I'll write ID is equal to, now here I'm referring, so I'm not going to give the hash word. Okay, let's just save it and let's just have a look. When I click on it, now see, home has become a link. Do you get my point? When I click on it, I am getting into home section. One more thing, if you can just notice your URL, now at URL we are at home. Right, here the home is coming. Sometimes it happens if my website is of, let's say, 20 number of pages and no one is interested in all those 20 pages. They are interested, let's say I am interested only at the page number 15, the content which is available at the page number 15, right? So what I can do, I can just give them this URL. It will redirect them to that particular page only, right? Let's just make it for one more link so that we can get to know the difference. So let's just create it for one more thing, one more page. Let's say I'm going to apply ahref here with about tag. So again, this thing is going to be same. Ahref is equal to, using this hash sign, since I'm going to create an ID. This works like an ID actually, okay? It works like an ID. So I'm going to close it, and anchor tag, we are supposed to close the anchor tag after this about. Okay, so we are supposed to close it here, and since, okay, so save it, and I need to refer it here also, that is ID is equals to about. The place where I'm referring, I'm not going to give the hash sign, but place where I'm defining, I need to give the hash sign. Okay, so when I run my code, let's just run it, and now you can see the difference. Okay, now see, this is also a link. When I click on it, I'm getting redirected to this particular section. Now have you got it why I have created all the different sections? So that I can show you how, with the help of links, how we are moving from one section to another section. If I'm clicking on home, I'm moving on to this section. If I'm clicking on about, I'm moving on to this section. Suppose if I create one more, let's say if I'm creating one more hyperlink with this publication, again I'm going to use the same thing, ahref is equals to, in the double quotes I'm going to give hash, that is publication. Okay, hash publication, and here I am going to close my anchor tag, but again after the word publication I need to close it here. Okay, you are not supposed to write it in the separate lines. Actually, I have applied the word wrap feature, so it is automatically coming on to the next line after a particular place, right? But you need not to give it. And once I have done this, I need to refer the ID here, and I'll write publication word inside, and now I'll save it, and now I'll run it. When I run my code, when I am clicking on this home, I'm moving to this section. When I'm clicking on about, I'm moving on to about section, right? Okay. Now see, have you noticed the difference? Now Twitter is not a hyperlink. So when I'm clicking on it or I'm hovering my mouse over this word, it's not redirecting me to some another page, but these three are my links. Okay, can you see this? Now I have defined the div styles for all the three different tags, but we need not to do it again and again, as we have discussed in the last video also, that if we want to refer something, like if I want to refer some styling, since I have since I have referred this style.css in my web page, so I need not to do it separately. I can just refer the class that I have already defined in style.css, just like this nev class. We were referring this nev class from style.css. Similarly, I can also refer to this home class. How I can search, for example, if I'm writing .home home, so see, I have already defined that how your home class is going to work, how much position it is going to take, what would be the padding criteria, everything is there. So you can try referring the CSS by your own, by referring to my previous video in which we have already discussed how we can refer a class from some another CSS. Okay, so that is going to be your task for practice. Fine, just have a look at the web page that we are going to define. So we have done this particular part. We have created the menu bar, we have created the links. Now in the next lesson, I'll show you how we can insert a picture. Okay, how we can insert a picture on our web page. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying the video. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please don't forget to press hit button. Just meet in the next lesson. Till then, bye bye.